The hype for Gadar 2 is truly unprecedented and unheard of. This is a sequel of one of the most popular Hindi movies where the country was fresh off the conflict with the neighboring state and the sentiment around nationalism was at its peak. Tara Singh with a heart of gold is consumed with rage as he sees the atrocities that have been caused to his community. The romance that brews in this religious conflict between Tara and Sakina became extremely popular. The dialogues delivered by Sunny Deol and the fervor and energy that he brought to Tara Singh as he refused to insult India became etched in iconic commercial Hindi cinema moments. Now that the popular film gets a sequel with the same cast and crew, it is truly insane to think that Gadar 2 is going to cross the lifetime business of all Sunny Deol movies in his entire career other than Gadar Ek Prem Katha and Yamla Pagla Deewana on the very first day itself. It really is indicative of so many aspects: the nostalgia factor of the iconic first film, the presence of Sunny Deol reprising his most memorable role, the core focus of it being the conflict between India and Pakistan. One can go on and on about it, but the fact that the film is opening just little short of Pathan is truly praiseworthy. Gadar 2 is set in 1971 as Tara Singh and Sakina live a happy married life in Pathankot with their son Jeete, who is all grown up now, played by Utkarsh Sharma. Jeete aspires to become an actor while Tara wishes he makes a name for himself rather than end up like him. This is also the time where the Crush India campaign in Pakistan is gaining steam and the relationship between the two countries is marred with violence and animosity just prior to the 1971 war. Under certain circumstances, Jeete has to cross the border and is apprehended and tortured by Pakistani soldiers headed by Major General Hamid Iqbal, played by Manish Wadhwa. How Tara Singh rescues his son from the Pakistan army forms the basic storyline of this film. Here's me telling you the good and bad aspects of Gadar 2 so that you guys can ultimately decide whether to watch it in theaters or not. The beautiful music and even the remakes. There is absolutely no denying the fact that the songs really have been produced with utmost earnestness in this film. In the current predicament of the saturation of remake songs that absolutely suck the life force out of the original ones, there seems to be soul even in the renditions of the old classics which were composed by Uttam Singh. I guess it has to do with Mithun's effort, who I consider to be one of the most underrated music composers, and even more so, there is something so angelic and ethereal about Udit Narayan and Alka Yagnik's vocals. It just has this effortless quality to transport you back to the era where you fell in love with Hindi cinema. Urja Kale Kawa and Main Nikla Gaddi Leke really do channelize the sweet memories of watching the film when we were kids. The first half highlights is the soundtrack genuinely. A song sung by Arijit Singh titled Khairiyat is also beautiful as it represents the journey taken by Tara Singh as he is consumed with the grief about the condition of his son. There's no denying that the soul is still intact with the music of this film, something so rare about sequels in this day and age. Subpar performances. The intention is clear of the filmmaker. If my son could not get the deserved push with his first film, I'll try and do it by packaging him in a Sunny Deol film. Market it in such a way where he is a supporting character and draw you into the theatre to only reveal that he is the main lead. There is absolutely nothing wrong in Utkarsh Sharma getting a chance at proving his acting chops, but the limited range in his ability is as clear as day in this film, especially in dialogues that require a command on the language and the pitch at which they are delivered. Utkarsh really falters in making us believe that he is a talent to be reckoned with. It is only in the chase sequences where his physical ability is for everyone to acknowledge and praise. His romantic storyline with Simrat Kaur is an attempt to recreate the same magic of what Tara Singh and Sakina had 22 years ago, but absolutely pales in comparison as it goes from 0 to 100 so fast that you barely understand, feel or empathize with that dynamic. Amisha Patel is also in a supporting role and gets barely any screen time to shine or leave an impression. The villain, played by Manish Wadhwa, is as stereotypical as it gets. He is a radical general of the army who will do anything for the cause of Muslims in Pakistan. While he attempts to be intimidating and falters mostly, it is in the moments where he squirms and pleads in front of Tara Singh where he really extracts some hilarious moments. But let's get to what we are all here for. Sunny Paji and the film's intended politics. As one had envisioned or thought, Sunny Deol is more in an extended supporting role of sorts to aid most of the storyline focusing on Jeete's journey. It's pretty clear that the film is intended to showcase Utkarsh Sharma as a lead, and what's sad is that the film really loses hold of the audience's attention whenever Sunny Paji is not there in the frame. Through large portions of the first half, one gets subjected to Utkarsh being possibly the worst spy in Pakistan as he romances a girl. The film only picks up with the gentle giant presence of Sunny Deol. There is a calm demeanor of the force that is Tara Singh. He loves his family with all his heart and is willing to protect them at any cost. A slight hint of them being in danger and all hell breaks loose, and Sunny Paji and his dialogue delivery not only packs nostalgia, but that mass single screen vigor that has been missing from Hindi cinema for so long. When Sunny Deol gets angry, he really gets angry. And while the action is unintentionally funny mostly, it is his dialogue delivery that really resulted in the hooting and cheering in my theatre. What I also do appreciate about this film is its intended politics, and mind you, it is packaged in the most loud way, but it is a cut above inflammatory films like Kerala Story that labels all individuals of the Muslim faith as evil. What's admirable regarding Anil Sharma's direction is that he sees humanity in the citizens across the border and doesn't label the entire country as barbarians frothing in the mouth for Hindus to be doomed. The intention behind the film is to seek for humanity and brotherhood across faiths, and even though this is told in the most loud, aggravated speeches, it is still a step above the films that are polarizing and intended to label one faith or people as pure evil without any nuance. Curious case of dialogues. The film is meant for a community viewing experience only. I can't tell you the monumental difference you will have if you watch this film in the comfort of your own home on a streaming platform. What can be campy at one instance in a packed theatre can easily transition to be cringe on a streaming platform. All the dialogues that are aimed at highlighting the failed state that is Pakistan generate the most cheering. It's whistle-worthy in some instances but gets irritating in others. When Utkarsh tells a police officer, "दो पैसों की इज्जत नहीं करते इंडियन आर्मी तुम्हारी और कहते हैं बांग्लादेश भी बनाएंगे," the crowd went wild. But it was crickets when Dolly Bindra raves about the Indian rupee being double of the Pakistan currency. As the general threatens the son, Sunny Deol shouts from the corner, "Beta baap se milna chahega," and it made the crowd erupt. But a random cocktail party with Pakistani officials showcases them being nothing short of cartoons as a woman reads the newspaper title, "Damad hai wo Pakistan ka." The iconic dialogues of the first film are revisited multiple times, and the movie heavily relies on nostalgia to hit the right note with the audience. So it's a bit of campiness, a bit of cringe, and a whole lot of nostalgia. I wonder though if somebody kept a count of the number of times Sunny Deol shouted "Jeete," because it can give Alia Shiva tough competition. Hilarious action. There are no two ways of saying this, but by the second half of the film, Sunny Deol becomes a superhero, fully embracing the Hulk-like powers where a hand pump, an electric pole, and his decibel levels are enough to defeat the entire Pakistan army. The Pakistan officers will really make you laugh out loud for the sheer incompetent behavior of just casually standing with their rifles as Tara Singh beats them up with his bare hands. The absurd sequences start from the war front where Sunny Paji takes his truck through the battlefield and beats Pakistanis with ease. The hammer appears and breaks down cars in half, and hundreds of officers stand with their rifles just waiting for him to blow everything up. You know what's interesting is that some action is unintentionally funny, like Sunny Paji easily breaking his shackles or just picking up an electric pole, or the funniest, just shouting from the ground at a Pakistani officer who's in a helicopter. So Sunny Paji doesn't even require a microphone. So all of these sequences are unintentionally funny, but some scenes are intended to be funny, which actually hit the nail on the head. Especially that hand pump scene. I know it was intended and it was absolutely hilarious. Trust me, the theatre was in splits. And there's one moment where Sunny Paji just shouts at a Pakistani officer and he stops himself from attacking Tara Singh. Just like the dialogues, the action also shifts from cringe to campy constantly. See, I acknowledge how this movie may be intended for the single screens and BNC centers because it packages the same storyline from 2001 with several references of nostalgia regarding that movie and doesn't package this film for the sensibilities of today. It is essentially a mid-2000s film with Sunny Deol, with the same loudness, the same pitch, the same over-the-top action that Hindi cinema had once evolved from. I guess there's no harm in acknowledging a lightning in a bottle, where people get to go inside a time travel machine because Gadar 2 is essentially that. And that was a video, guys. Write down in the comments below what you thought about Gadar 2. Please don't forget to follow me on Instagram, the handle's right in front of you. Follow me at JammyPants4. Also, please support us by smashing the like button and subscribing to our channel for weekly content ahead. Thank you for watching.